Welcome to the deep dive. Often we wade through, hundreds of pages of research or historical documents to build a narrative. Today we're challenging that. We're going to dive into something incredibly compact, but uh, emotionally explosive. A very short, specific excerpt of lyrics from LECADE's song, When I'm Gone. So our mission is to treat this short text as a complete source document. I mean, these few lines, they map out an entire emotional journey. It's a story of departure, of intense struggle, finding a purpose, and then this remarkably cold resolution. For you, the listener, we're going to see just how much knowledge we can pull from this because every single word here carries the weight of a chapter.
It really does. It's a perfect case study. Lyrical language, when it's this concise, it acts like a pure distillate, completely bypasses all the long exposition and just forces you to engage with these really complex emotional states. We're basically tracing the psychological architecture of this speaker.
And looking for those unexpected connections.
Exactly. Between their certainty about the past and this brutal, painful path they're on toward the future.
And what immediately strikes you is that huge contradiction at the start. The speaker is the one leaving, right? They're initiating the break. And yet they feel absolutely certain about the effect they're going to have on their former partner. They just know the other person will be missing them singing our songs. That certainty it's just a crucial entry point into their whole mindset.
It is. It really is. It suggests that even in the separation, the speaker is still holding on to some kind of emotional control. Or maybe they're relying on that reaction for validation. So, yeah, let's start by unpacking that certainty.
Okay, so let's jump right into that narrative. This anticipated nostalgia. The speaker doesn't mince words at all. They establish the whole scenario with the line, when I'm gone, I know you'll miss me. It's not longing, it's stated as a fact.
And this is where the context gets so rich. They don't just predict sadness. They predict a very specific form of grieving, and they tie it to a shared habit. The former partner will sing our songs when you're getting sipsy. That single word, sixy, is doing so much work there.
Oh, absolutely.
It immediately grounds the memory in a moment of, an altered state, probably late at night when you're more vulnerable and the emotional filters are down.
It paints a picture of a very controlled regret, doesn't it? It's not this devastating, sober grief. It's that kind of wistful, slightly messy nostalgia that happens after a few drinks. Makes you wonder if that was a regular thing in the relationship.
Precisely. Or maybe a warning sign about how they both coped with things. But you think about the psychology of it. The speaker is defining the terms of the other person's pain. And that allows the speaker to distance themselves from it by saying, oh, you'll be tipsy, and listening to our old music. It sort of makes the relationship memories feel a little less profound, a little more predictable.
And maybe easier to just discard.
Exactly.
But at the same time, the speaker is setting up their own completely different internal rule book. The very next line creates this immediate contrast. You won't catch me squallin'. I mean, that is such a powerful, immediate claim of stoicism. The pain might be there, but it's going to be hidden, policed.
Right. Refusing to squall suggests that the speaker sees crying, or any show of weakness, as like a loss of power, a step backward. They've adopted this forward-only strategy. But, this brings up a really important question for you to consider. Is that even sustainable? Because right away, the vulnerability that contradicts that stoicism, it starts to leak out.
Yes, that's the pivot. That's the key. The speaker admits, I won't fight you, but if I look back, I'll be down. That is a massive admission. The fight is over. They're out of energy for that external conflict. But the internal cost of even looking back is just immediate emotional devastation.
What's fascinating is how that internal fight is linked to physical orientation. For the speaker, physical distance equals emotional survival. The only way to keep up that illusion of strength, of not squalling, is to literally not turn around. If they let themselves even glance backward, the emotional gravity of that relationship will just crush them. It suggests the pain of the past is so huge that separation is a matter of self-preservation, not just, preference.
It sounds like the relationship itself had become a dangerous current. The solution isn't to fight the water, it's just to get to shore as fast as you can, no matter what it takes, and that intense effort.
Well, that leads us right into the next part of their journey. So if the first segment was about the mental state needed to leave, that stoicism and distance, this is where you really get the sheer physical and emotional price of it. The imagery just shifts so dramatically,
Mm.
violently even.
Absolutely. That line, I find me breaking my nails crawling. I mean, that is
Mhm.
probably the most visceral image in the whole piece. This is not a graceful exit. This is an agonized struggle. We're shown literal damaged, broken nails to convey how intense that effort is. They aren't walking away. They are desperate, scrambling, low to the ground.
And crawling suggests two things, doesn't it? Extreme difficulty and just slow, painful progress. It's the total opposite of a clean break. But if we connect that imagery to the bigger picture of why they left, what does the act of crawling really signify? It works as this powerful metaphor for their professional or personal climb, their calling. Hmm. The narrative implies that the struggle to find that purpose is physically debilitating. The speaker has to abandon any appearance of composure and just engage in this gritty, primal effort to move forward even a few inches. The physical pain, in a way, it legitimizes the emotional decision. It's like a self-inflicted baptism by fire.
And the payoff, they claim, is worth it. I bet you heard I found my calling. This completely shifts the focus. It's not about the loss of the relationship anymore. It's about the gain of self-purpose. But let's pause and think about the relationship dynamic that came before this calling.
We have to. We absolutely have to consider the sacrifice that came before. The speaker mentions, I played for you so far away tired today.
Mm.